Okay, so all shares and debt are in units of 100 each. That means the face value of shares and debentures, I mean debt, is 100 rupees. The tax rate applicable is 40 percentage. Equity shareholders expect dividend at the rate 15 percentage. Cost of retained earnings are to be considered at 10 percentage. It is cost of retained earnings, that means KR, which is already given 10 percentage. You are required to ascertain what all things we need to calculate. Composite cost of capital. What do you mean by composite cost of capital? It is weighted average cost of capital. Okay. If the earnings before interest and tax is 15 lakhs, this is case B. What they are asking you is, if earnings before interest and tax is 15 lakhs, calculate EPS and market price of equity shares. I will help you calculate this. Okay, this is new for you, I suppose. So I will tell you. Before that, we will start with calculation of cost of capital. Now we will start with sum number 5, no?
Yes, 5.
Okay, so calculation of VAT of कंपनी का नाम क्या है? Elam Limited, no? Of Elam Company Limited. Okay. How many sources? Sources is divided into 4 parts. Debt, preference, equity, retained earnings. So we will write retained earnings. After retained earnings, we will add one more column. And we will write retained. After equity shares, we will add one more column, and that is retained earnings. Okay. And what about preference shares? It is 12 percentage and debt is 15. This is 12 and this is 15. This will be deleted. Okay. Now, what are the amounts? Let us check. Before calculating the amount, before putting the amount, we need to calculate it first. See, the total capital is rupees 75 lakhs. Yes. Rupees 75 lakhs. It was given in the question. If you want to check, read it again. Elam Limited has a total capital employed of rupees 75 lakhs. The breakup is as under. 30% is debt, 10% is preference, and rest amount is equity and retained earnings. So look here. I will tell you. This is 30 percentage will be debt. Okay. 30 percentage will be debt. So can you tell me 75 lakhs
22 lakh
into
50,000.
30 percentage?
22 lakh 50,000.
22 lakhs 50,000. See how simple it is. 22 lakhs 50,000 will be debt. So I can copy this amount into debt column. Into the column of debt. Right? Correct? Now the next way, same. 640. Sorry, it was.
वो डेब्ट है, आपने डिबेंचर लिखे हो.
Sorry. This would be debt. Okay, this is 15% debt. Okay, next is
Yes, ma'am.
10% preference shares. So 10% is
7 lakh
you
50,000.
paid for preference shares. Yes. So what is the amount of preference shares?
7 lakh 50,000.
So it is rupees 7 lakh 50,000. 7 lakh 50,000 rupees. Okay. Now 60%, of course, common sense. 40% is gone. So 60% is left over. 60 percentage is for equity share capital and retained earnings. It is for both of them. 60 percentage is equity and retained earnings. So what is the total of equity and retained earnings?
45 lakh.
Yes, 45 lakhs. Now 45 lakhs is the total of equity and retained earnings. I will have to divide it in the ratio of 3:1. Very simple. The total is 45 lakhs. So equity will have 3/4 and retained earnings will have 1/4. 1/4 part is of retained earnings. 3/4 part is of equity. Very simple.
Equity का मैम 33,75,000.
Wait. So 45 lakhs into 3/4 will be my equity. Tell me what is the amount now.
33,75,000.
This will be my equity share capital, and this same 45 lakhs, लेकिन 1/4, 1/4 part will be, tell me 1/4 part will be what? One-fourth part will be what? How
11
much?
lakh 11,25,000.
11
Yes,
lakh
ma'am.
25,000 will be
25,000.
my retained earnings. Did you get this?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is how we need to calculate the amounts that are not given in this question. This is first question that we have calculated the amounts. Amounts were not given. So what is the amount of equity? Let's change in the question. This is 3375, no?
Yes, ma'am.
33,75,000. And what is retained earnings?
11,25,000.
I hope your answers are okay. Fine. I mean,
Yes, ma'am. हम लोग double check करके कर
double
रहे हैं.
check. Okay. Preference share capital 7,50,000. Okay. So let's write here 7,50,000. And what is 15% debt? 15% in debt is my 2250. That's correct. Is it perfect now? Let's change. Let's start calculating proportions. What is the proportion of equity? So what is the
एक
proportion
second,
of equity? How will you calculate? Let me tell you. 33,75,000 divided by, sorry.
75,000.
Wait.
45%, ma'am.
This is 75 lakhs, Jayashree. You said 75,000. This is 75 lakhs, okay?
Total 75 lakh है ना, ma'am?
हाँ, आपने 75,000 बोला ना बेटा. इसके लिए मैं आपको correct कर रही हूँ.
45%.
What is 45%?
Proportion.
किसका?
Equity का.
Okay. Retained earnings का?
कर रहे हैं, ma'am.
11,25,000 divided by 75 lakhs.
15.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
7,50,000
15%.
divided by 7,75 lakhs. And 22,50,000 divided by 75 lakhs. Of course.
Ma'am, 10% है.
हाँ, क्योंकि
Preference
10
share
तो
का.
दिया ही हुआ था ना, और 30 तो दिया ही हुआ है. देखो 30 और 10 ही आएगा. देखो मेरी बात सुनो, ये 30% तो दिया ही था ना, ये 10 भी दिया ही था, और
Yes,
45 प्लस
yes, ma'am.
15 करोगे तो 60 ही आएगा. एक्चुअली प्रपोर्शन तो दिया ही हुआ है, बस प्रपोर्शन में से हमने अमाउंट्स को कैलकुलेट किया. प्रपोर्शन इज ऑलरेडी गिवन टू यू इन दिस सम. वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड द
Just amount.
Yes. What is COC of equity? Let's read it out. What is COC of equity? See what it is given here, no? All the shares, equity shares expect dividend of 15%. Already given. See, DPS is not given. MPS is not given. Growth rate is not given. Directly dividend of 15%. So directly you can write 15% here. Okay. Cost of retained earnings 10%. Directly given. Cost of retained earnings KR is already given 10%. Okay. Are you getting my point? Now,
Yes, ma'am.
preference. Preference is how much? 12. Same. So you will write 12 same. And what about debt? Debt is 15%, but it is always before tax. We will have to convert it after tax. The tax rate is 40% given in the question. If you read the question, you will come to know. Okay. Now we will calculate the formula of, tell me what we will calculate.
I 1
Yes.
minus T.
So there is no need to calculate KE, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, KD. We need to calculate KD. I1 minus T. What is I?
15%.
What is 1 minus T? T. What is T?
क्या मालूम मैम?
देखो T देखो यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है 40%. ठीक है. So 1 minus 0.4 is 0.60. So 15 into 0.60 is how much?
9%.
9. Very good. So this 9 has to be taken here. This is 9%. Now you calculate the VAT and let me know the answer, the final answer of that. Tell me about equity.
6.75%.
6.75%. Next,
1.50.
1.50%. Next,
1.20%.
1.20. Next,
2.70%.
2.70. And what is the total VAT?
एक minute. 7.
Yes, take your time, do it perfectly. Don't be in so hurry that you do it wrong.
12.15%.
12.15. Okay, let me check it. 12.15 is correct. Yes, correct. Okay, so this is 12.15 is my final VAT. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
yes. Did you get this point?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what they are asking you? Case B. So this was case 1. So let us put this as case 1. Let us show it as case 1. This is brackets. You can write it 1 or you can write it A. That's your wish. That's okay with me. Okay. Now case 2. Same sum, case 2. Okay. What is the case 2? Calculation of EPS and market price of equity share. If EBIT is 15 lakhs. Do you know what is EBIT? EBIT is earning before interest and tax. Okay. So look at this point. EBIT the second case is all about calculation of EPS and market price per share, MPS. Okay. Now first we will calculate EPS. So for calculating EPS, we need to calculate first net profit after tax. Have you learned this formula in ratio analysis? Have you done ratio analysis?
Yes, ma'am. चालू अभी.
अच्छा, EPS सीखा है आपने?
No.
ओके. तो आई थिंक हम अभी मैं ये 2 मिनट में कंप्लीट नहीं करवा पाऊंगी. नेक्स्ट लेक्चर कभी
कल
है आपका?
कंटिन्यू करते हैं.
हाँ, इसको कल कंटिन्यू करते हैं. नो प्रॉब्लम. ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम. इसको कल हम कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं, या फिर अगर आप नई फॉर्मूला सीखना चाहते हैं अभी तो आई कैन डू इट. आर यू गाइज ओके? यस, टेल मी, कम ऑन. कल करना है कि अब करना है?
कल मैम.
ओके, नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. ठीक है, चलो, वी विल कंटिन्यू टुमारो. And meanwhile, please keep revising. Okay? Shall I end the lecture?
Yes, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Take care.